The pond's new king. Once, in a pond where the water was clear and the reeds were soft, lived a community of frogs. They spent their days splashing, napping, and singing. But Pip, a small frog with big ideas, was bored. He sat on a lily pad next to his friend Gully and sighed a very long sigh. "We are too free," Pip said, stretching his legs. "We just hop wherever we want. We need a ruler. A king would give us rules and make our pond the most famous place in the world." Gully wasn't so sure. He liked being able to nap whenever he pleased, but Pip was very convincing. So Pip and Gully hopped to the edge of the pond. They looked up at the great swirling clouds where the Sky King lived. "Oh, great Sky King," Pip shouted as loud as a frog could. "We are bored. Please send us a king to rule over our pond." High above, the Sky King heard their tiny voices. He looked down and smiled. He knew the frogs were happy and free, but he decided to grant their wish in his own way. He reached for a heavy old branch and tossed it down toward the water. Splash! A giant log crashed into the center of the pond. The waves were so big, they knocked Pip and Gully right off their feet. For a long time, the frogs hid under the lily pads, waiting for their new king to speak. But the log just floated there, silent and still. Eventually, Pip crawled out from the weeds. He swam slowly toward the log. He poked it with a long stick, but the king didn't move. He whispered, "Hello?" But the king didn't answer. The new king was nothing more than a quiet piece of wood. Pip and Gully climbed onto the log and started to dance. "This king is a joke," Pip complained. "He doesn't give orders. He doesn't have a crown. He just sits there while we do all the work of hopping. We deserve a king with more spirit." Pip turned his face back to the sky. He was very angry now. "Sky King!" he yelled. "This king is too lazy. Give us a real king. Give us a king who is fast and strong and exciting." He stomped his little foot on the log, demanding more. The Sky King frowned. He had tried to give them a peaceful king, but they were not satisfied. "Very well," the Sky King whispered. Suddenly, a large shadow began to circle over the pond. Gully looked up and felt a chill run down his back. From the sky descended a magnificent crane named Beak. He had long, spindly legs and a very sharp orange beak. Pip cheered at first. Look, a king with a crown of feathers. But Longbeak didn't want to rule. He was very, very hungry. Longbeak didn't give any speeches. Instead, he lunged his neck forward with a snap. Pip and Gully had to dive deep into the muddy water to escape his hungry beak. The pond was no longer a place of singing and napping. It was a place of hiding in fear. Hiding safely under a heavy stone, Pip looked at Gully. "I missed the log," Pip whispered. "The log was a wonderful king. He let us be ourselves." They realized then that their quiet, free life had been the best kingdom of all. From that day on, they were careful never to wish their peace away again.